where everybody's late.
I know, right? Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the PFC Podcast. We are a jumbo mess right now. God, both of you guys are hags echoing, and Briss's phone is just going off. Anyways, guys, we are a mess. We don't have everyone. We have no idea what happened to everyone. They were all scheduled to go on, and bam, they're gone.
Everyone disappeared, and it's just Molly and me, Theo, here.
Yeah, even Briss and them aren't even here, even though they're in the call.
Yeah, like Briss. Briss said he was heading down to the store, and Hagala's just joined the call, but he just muted himself. So
yeah, so we don't know what's going on.
Hey, there's a guy, ASAP El Moist Tyrone here.
Oh yeah, we're not in podcast, I guess.
Yeah, we're not in the podcast room, but not like that matters right now.
Yeah, I guess most of the people aren't even showing up, so we don't know what's okay. Corp's finally coming. Let's go ahead and move the podcast, I guess, and I'll drag over anyone who wants to be in there. But yeah, so while we're waiting on them, I might as well just go ahead. Me and Theo can go ahead and talk about, I guess, like, horse and stuff. Since it is an Applejack thing, we might as well talk about the fact that it's the Applejack episode next week where she learns how not to be brutally honest again for like the 40th time. A lesson she's learned so many times, proving once again horses are fucking dumb.
Yeah, fucking... I remember watching that episode at Everfree in a Denny's with Box Monster and some other dude. We liked it. There were some people. There was like a couple there in the Denny's, and while we were just watching it, we were still kind of drunk, and stuff. You know, they even like the waitresses were just like, "Hey yo." What's up with that?
I've thought about like watching Pones while I was like working out or something, because I usually watch something while I'm doing while I'm running or something. But I've always felt like I'll watch anime, I'll even watch Star Versus, but I always feel weird watching Pones in public. Like at least there where everyone can just kind of like see it and stuff, I guess. I don't know. That episode was pretty good, though. There were some cool fashion outfits that we got to see on the Pones. I like the goth horse that was in it. That was cute. Yeah. She was a cutie.
Man, that fucking goth horse was pretty fucking popular on MLP and shit.
Yeah, of course. All the goth Pones get really popular. And it's just because we're all a bunch of degenerates, and it reminds us of our own... edginess.
What
and
the
look,
fuck?
Corp and he's gone.
Just joined. Yeah, he just joined and left.
Yeah, I was about to announce, hey, Corp joined us, and then he's gone already. So I guess I lied.
And Hag is here.
I have him like super muted because all he does is echo. He tried to join again, and he left.
Corp just jumped in and left. What the fuck?
I don't know what's going on. It's weird.
Hold up. I'm gonna go take a look at the chat here. It's gonna get on YouTube. Fucking PFC. Fucking.
It says, yo, yowie, hi, wow. It's just a bunch of nonsense.
Applejack off. You actually named it Applejack off. What the hell?
Yeah. This is a cluster. I think we're just.
Oh my god, is this podcast happening?
Oh yeah, the podcast's happening.
I guess we've just been kind of talking here about the Pone episode for a while. I have no idea what's going on. No one's showing up, even though everyone wanted to be on. So
yeah, fucking
everyone was like, "Yeah, I want to be on." Like he even came out of the woodworks, like, "I want to be on." And then when it's time to go, they all just fuck off. So.
All of them are dead.
I got like into something, man. I was like really getting into it. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm like, oh
gross.
shit.
I don't even know about the food at Twilight.
So Tyrone, or not Tyrone, Theo.
Yeah.
Tell me about your week, man. Your last week, or.
Oh yeah, I talked about it briefly during last week's podcast, but I was only like I wasn't even like halfway through, you know, when I was at that point. But yeah, I fucking went to New Jersey, hung out with my girlfriend and shit. We went to New York. That was fun. We had a lot of fun. We did lots of shit. Central Park Zoo. We went on a date to Applebee's because that's a PFC meme.
I heard that you lost your wizard card.
Oh yeah, I lost my V card. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks, fam.
The PFC bringing people together since like 2015, 14, 13? Was it 13?
I thought the PFC was 2014.
Yeah, it's either 2013 or 2014. One of those two.
What did you think of New York? Is this your first time on the East Coast?
Yeah, that was my first time on the East Coast. New York City was really great. While we were heading to Times Square to pick up a taxi or whatever, because we were like, let's head back. Some like Japanese dude stopped us and was just like, "You two look great. I want to draw you." And we were just like, "Oh, okay." So we did a caricature of both of us. You know, of course we paid him and shit, but yeah, we got a caricature out of it.
So you got ripped off by a street performer.
I mean, essentially, that's what it sounds like.
What?
You kind of rush.
No. Thing was, he was like, I want to draw you. It's $20 though. No, we were just like, all right. Like, it was pretty good, you know. Yeah.
So did he draw you like one of his French ladies?
He drew me with big muscles. And then he drew her, I think, with like I'm gonna have to look at the picture again, but he drew her like very like curvy, and then I was just like, man, I wish I had muscles as big as that, and she was like, oh, I wish I had boobs as big as that, and we were just like, oh.
And you gave him $20.
Yeah, he gave him $20 to make you depressed.
But then here's the part where we actually were ripped off. He said, now he was basically like, okay, we can frame it because if this thing is touched, it'll smear. But it won't smear if you have this frame here, and that's another $20. And we were just like, okay. And then he's like, I don't take cards, so I had to go into one of the stores because there's an ATM there.
Oh my god, dude!
No, yeah, he played you hard. He knew we
got played.
He saw you coming a mile away.
He fucking got us.
Still, $20 commissions, depending on the detail, that's pretty good. You know, usually a street artist always go in the same kind of format, but imagine if you could get a random furry artist to
like here's the thing though, it was like $20 for like a caricature, but then it was like a full like 100 something for like a detailed image, you know, with like full, yeah. So it was either $20 for caricature or 100 whatever the fuck. I know it was like more than like 100, like 10.
Well, option C would be none of the above.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I'm just be like me and like what I'm doing right now and just say, hey, I'm partnered with Discord. I am the Faith Mo Womenist. You should do it for free.
Faith Mo Womenist, and I have lots of Discord deals in my networks, which I have my giant fucking YouTube channel and multiple channels.
Theo, if you just had enough confidence,
you could have got it for free. He would have actually just blown both of you.
I can literally fly with enough confidence.
Yeah, these are a bunch of old school PFC memes. I should have shouted out the video so it could have gotten more views, but
well, it's probably better that it didn't.
Yeah, because I didn't know what was going on. All you guys were. I've been thinking about this.
Me and Hagelaz went to the fucking store.
Yeah, I know that, but literally no one else showed up.
It was just me and Faith. Like,
we even let Smug come on, and even Smug said "fuck this" and left.
Oh yeah. Smug says. Smug replied to my invitation. He was like, "Nah, I'm out somewhere," and I'm just like, "KK."
Invitation about what? I kind of missed what's going on over here.
What's up, Rhetoric?
Hey, Rhetoric.
Rhetoric.
So here's the thing. So we do the podcast, and it's just me and Faith here. and we're like just sitting here for like 5 minutes trying to start up this retarded thing.
I mean, I've been actually thinking of making a structured one that I'd air on my channel, my main channel or whatever, or maybe Molimus Theater, one of the two. But I haven't bothered to set it all up, probably on the same times as the PFC. I don't know.
But anyway, it's Rhetoric from Horse News. How was your week,
fake news site. Sad.
how
Fake news all day, every day.
So how was your week? Hello, is my mic working?
That's fascinating.
I heard. I guess nothing. I guess nothing happened in this week at all. This is a shit show. This is a kangaroo podcast.
Kangaroo court. Fucking Horse News versus PS.
This is kangaroo court.
This is kangaroo court. You can suck my dick. I fuck little white boys and they're little white boy and pussies.
Oh, butt boys.
Butt boys, little butt boys.
I fuck white boys with huge butts.
Boys with huge
I have
butts.
no idea what this episode is
meme?
supposed to be. This is from Rick and Morty. It's actually a really great show. He recorded himself doing some of the lines for Rick. Apparently, they made him get like just blackout drunk.
No. Here's the thing. They were just talking about like in one of the recent episodes. Like I know how he talked in a podcast how he when he records Rick, it's like a light beer that he drinks. Like he just drinks a light beer while recording. But apparently he in one episode he needs to sound really drunk.
Yeah, and he was taking shots, and they try to stop him from taking more shots, and he just keeps on going.
Yeah,
it is great. I loved it. But yeah, so
yeah. So what have you got Fags been up to recently?
To be honest, it's actually been pretty quiet as far as all the drama's going.
Yeah. I mean, the Phantom hasn't had any drama.
There's that new convention coming to Vegas, supposedly.
Oh,
Like,
yes, yeah, there is.
The thing is, I saw the Vegas con. I was just like, oh god, how's this gonna work out?
I know there's a whole stigma in regards to Vegas cons, and in fact, when that whole thing first happened, because if you recall, I used to live in Vegas at one point, and before that whole thing happened, you know, I remember the Vegas Bronies group used to be a thing, and unfortunately, it's the drama that happened after Unicom because of Unicom tore the whole fucking group apart, and there's nothing left. I mean, there are still a few members here and there, but for the most part, it's practically a sunk ship. And when it happened, or rather during the planning of it, and actually, I'm not sure if anyone actually even heard the story about what happened with Unicom or so, or at least the events leading up to it. We had our usual meetup group and whatnot. We would have like meetups every Wednesday or every other Wednesday, I'm not sure. And then we also had at the beginning of the month what was called a First Friday meetup. Now, First Friday is this event that happens. It's not a Brony related thing. It's just an event that happens on the first Friday of every month out in the Arts District, out in Vegas. I want to say not too far away from the Fremont Street. But it's essentially it's off the 95 and where the hell was it? 95 and Charleston, I believe it was, in Vegas. Anyway, when we were there, you know, these two people, Eddie and Sandy, came up to us. You know, they said they were interested in the pony fandom and everything like that. And what they did out there was how they supplemented their money was they would go out to the Fremont Street, they'd go out to the First Friday, and they would make these balloon animals and sell them, and that was part of their income. I'm not sure if that wasn't their entirety of their income, but that was a good part of their income. and they lived in this one trailer park that's not too far away from that area. I'm not sure if they're still there or not. So eventually we started having these meetups over at this, I want to say it's like this community center building that was part of that trailer park area. I mean, from the get-go, that should have been a warning sign. But, you know, when they started getting the plans up for it, when they started, you know, getting everything up, said, hey, we got a venue over at the Riviera. It's like, oh, okay, well, you know, despite appearances, they might actually be able to pull this off. I thought, okay, we might actually have something here. So weeks passed, we didn't hear too much, and then all of a sudden say, hey, we're in talks with the agents of Tara Strong or John Delancey, and it was constantly this, basically to the point building up until the convention itself. There was, you know, we would have the meetups over there, and Sandy would say, hey, you know, we're in talks with the agents of Tara Strong, or we're in talks with the agents of John Delancey, and it would just go on and on and on, and finally say, okay, we got them confirmed now, you know, like a couple weeks later, they'd have them confirmed. And that whole thing built up more and more, so naturally, you know, the hype was building up, and no one thought that it would go down the way it did. And what happened with it was that there was a lot of small mistakes that snowballed into one big mistake. That's the main reason why Unicom failed 4 years ago. 4 years ago that shit was.
Yeah.
Crazy, right? Anyway, what happened, the first thing we learned after the whole thing failed, and we were looking back and finding out what happened, was the first main issue they had was they did not have a very good website set up. If anyone remembers the Unicom website, this thing looked like it was, you know, the website itself looked as if someone built it in like HTML 1.0. I mean, the shit they used back in the mid-90s, you know?
Yeah.
It didn't have any of the, you know, it didn't have any of the usual features you would see in a more modern day website, you know.
I have a question though. What do you know about the new con though?
The new convention? I don't know anything about that other than the fact that it exists.
Corp,
I have
I was doing some research into it, and I pasted a lot of it over into the writers chat, and it's all gone. Someone over there, like,
do you think someone over there is a shill?
When they first announced their existence, I actually saw it through Twitter. Someone retweeted it, and my first thought was, "Oh shit!" You know, someone else is actually trying their attempt at it. And it wasn't actually too long ago that we had the other one,
Pony Expo.
Pony Expo. Everything looks great, you know, with it, and then all of a sudden, just at, what was it, before Pacific PonyCon this year, or was it after, or was it during?
I don't remember.
Anyway, it was around January of this year that Pony Expo, despite having, you know, it seemed to be going good for them. You know, everything seemed to be running pretty smooth. All of a sudden, canceled, just out of the blue, just straight up canceled.
My concern about this one is that the guys running it just moved into town like a week ago. And the other thing was I had a lot of screenshots and shit, and I shared them over at the HN Writers Chat group. They're all dead. They've all been deleted.
I've been telling you this, Corp. Horse News is a bunch of shills. No offense, Frederick.
Like, we had a huge conversation last on the 31st about it, and everything from that day, maybe it's Discord, but everything from that day is deleted except for 3 messages now. I don't know
it's the 31st of May or 31st of April?
May.
Let me look back on that real quick.
Corp,
Shell Shock even says article on the new con.
Do you remember we had a kid in the PFC who was like a literal kid trying to start a Las
Bronies of Vegas.
Yeah, the Bronies of Vegas, you know. Really, all these Vegas cons just keep on reminding me of what Sea Ponies, which was Tinker's little thing that she did, which she sold to a bunch of people in Asia, I guess? I don't even know if that's...
No,
according to EQD, they said it's now ran by Asians.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know about that. I thought she's still running it. She's still
I mean, maybe she
advertising it.
Remember, she still swings around authority like she runs BronyCon, so.
Are you sure it was on the writers' chat? Because
I
I'm
thought it
pretty
was.
sure
Maybe
that-
it was in convention planning. I thought I wouldn't have posted that shit there. Oh shit, I
because
did.
the only
Fuck,
mention
my
I
bad.
see-
My bad. Sorry.
Okay, that's what I
I did
thought. It
not
must
mean to
have been in
post
our
that shit there.
Convention planning one. You found it again, right?
Yeah, I did not mean to post it in that group.
Oh, no worries. It's all good.
I
It was all
mean,
No,
public.
I mean,
But like the
I mean-
people running it now, like, are literally he's a tow truck driver. You know?
yeah.
it is good that we actually have some type of talk about that in the convention chat, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it stops people from
Basically,
wasting
my
money.
whole stance on that is, if they manage to pull this off, I will definitely attend. But insofar as who is running it and what they're doing with it, I have no idea. I never even met those guys before.
I kind of want to go just to see the fall, just to see how shitty it is. So I just want to go around my wizard costume, just being like, "Hey, I'm a wizard," and just.
Well, the danger you run into is because the reason why I started looking into it is they've got like this package on there called the High Roller package. I think, yeah, the High Roller. It's $2,500. So these people are collecting money up front today to attend the convention. So it's like, I'd be real nervous about buying tickets unless it's like a week before or 2 weeks before.
Well, see, here's the thing.
Even
with
then.
that. The one thing I did learn from, and I know you're going to cringe hearing this name here, but the one thing I did learn about conventions and how they run things is that it was from Purple Tinker. She told me that most conventions usually get the bulk of their sales about a couple weeks before the convention happens, and it's mostly online sales. What Unicom failed in was securing those online sales because, again, Unicom's website was absolute shit. You must have a very good website and a very good structure system for taking payments.
Yeah,
it also goes without saying that you need to have a structure system for refunds in case things go bad.
It seems so stupid because if you had something like Eventbrite, which I mean everyone uses that, or tickets, one of those ticket sites, it's like they take care of it all for you, the infrastructure for that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Unicom used Eventbrite. I think they used something similar. I'm not exactly sure if it was Eventbrite, but it was 4 years ago, and
there's so many options they could have done. How they could have made a Wix.com a template, and it would have been better. Because all you really need, because if you look at a lot of these brony sites, most of them aren't responsive. Most of them don't have any kind of real quality to them. They're just very basic and simple, but they look decent enough that you're not cringing at it, and it does its job. It gets you the tickets, it tells you who's attending, everything like that. And that's all they really needed to have done. And people they shot themselves in the foot with that.
Well, see, the one other thing as well too that they kind of fucked up on is the choice of venue. Now, the Riviera, well, as it used to exist anyway, that shit's all gone now. If you haven't heard the news, last year they cleared it out and blew the damn thing up. I think they're replacing with like a strip mall or something. I'm not really sure what they're doing with that. That one you'd have to take a look at Vegas's plans for that.
I hope it has strippers.
But the Riviera had a bad history with financials, and a big part of the problem that contributed to Unicom's fall were those financial problems. Apparently, they never really. I'm not sure if they hashed out a contract or if the Riviera breached the contract. I have to get the details on that once again. I'm not sure exactly what happened with that one, but essentially what happened is the Riviera demanded the money for renting out the space earlier than expected. And at the time, the convention did not have that money because they were banking on at-the-door sales. And again, this reiterates my point. Most conventions make their sales online in the 2 to 3 weeks before the convention, leading up to the convention itself. Unicom failed to secure that many ticket sales, and that was the main reason why it failed. They needed about 2,000 ticket sales, give or take, to be in the black. They got around what I think the count was like 1,300, 1,400, something around that area. It was in like, you know, the low teens, pretty much.
So what do you know about the venue for this newest con? It's called the D, and I guess it's over on Fremont.
That sounds so gay.
Yeah, for the D.
They literally call themselves the
Called
D.
the D.
Why?
The D, you know?
If it's not like an adult pony con, then that was a really dumb decision on their part. I have no idea what...
To be honest, it's one that seems to be fairly new. But then again, I haven't really visited most of the casinos in Vegas because a lot of locals tend to avoid the strip area because the whole strip area it's like its own expensive bubble. When you go in there, the prices for everything shoots up by 3 to 4 times, you know?
Yeah.
So as a result, most locals tend to avoid the area unless one, either they work there, or two, they're entertaining friends from out of town. And that's the only reason why I would ever find myself in downtown Vegas. I pass it every day, you know, on the way to work, but other than that, yeah, I would not find myself down there. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about the location as I've never, you know, been there myself. I've never had any reason to go there.
What?
Cool.
Talk about the shutting down of Pony and Brony Squared.
Wait, Pony Square is gone?
Apparently it's getting shut down according to the count. I can't verify that.
What's Pony Square?
It's
Brony. They're like Facebook wannabe clones.
Is it like is it supposed to be? Because I remember one of my friends on Facebook used to use this app called Foursquare, and essentially what it would do is
it's way less popular.
It's more like Facebook.
I'm not seeing any a site where you can find. I don't see anything that's saying that it's shutting down.
Maybe the count's a fucking retard.
Bye everyone. I've been on Brony Square. It's just another. I'm leaving this place forever. Please, please pay attention to me.
No. This is real. This is real.
Leaving the fandom, guys.
Oh,
this is
okay.
real.
Yeah, final
This is
blog history of man. Okay. So are they actually? Why are they shutting down? Does it say?
It says that they don't have many visitors anymore, and the server's falling into disrepair. And they've lost the people on the sites have lost the drive that they once had, so they're gonna give up on it. I guess we have no staff working, or just a couple.
Honestly,
they don't know.
You have a social media thing kind of is, yeah.
Corp, why are you the first? I typed in Brony Square, right? It gives me the first one, brony.squares.im, and underneath there, you know, it's the standard links: log in, social sphere, sign up, privacy policy, mobo.
Oh my god, I am. I'm on there.
Brony. why are you the face?
That's awesome.
I'm
oh god, that's
screenshotting
awesome.
this. What?
No, speaking about conventions coming up.
I think I know why.
Why?
Speaking about conventions coming up, though, that I'm kind of squeamish about is EQLA 17. Now, if you remember what happened at EQLA 15, all the press there were treated like shit. Oh my god, that was a.
It's because you're fake news.
Nightmare.
But before we go to before we go to EQLA, why are you on?
Is that the one?
Hang on. Before you go on to that, why are they promoting you so hard?
Oh, they're not promoting me, but what happened, I think, is basically search SEO. Like, I used to post that link everywhere, so it's like cross-reference, and it's like all over the internet, like the link to my profile there, along with my other social media profiles. So apparently I'm probably the most popular person on that site, which is really fucking sad. Really sad. Because I don't use it. I never use it. So I'm just saying, that could be it. Maybe.
I want to see if I can find my profile on here. I know I made one because I was trying to get them to pay me money. I got
They never paid me a dime.
Yeah, I got Brony made to pay me money, but nope. Apparently, Molumnus is not on here anymore.
It is EQLA, the con where KP was there, and then she kept on bothering everybody to get an interview with John Delante, like right then. So they had to go to John Delante's room right when he was about to go to sleep. And then as KP was interviewing him, he was just tired as fuck, and just like, fuck you. And because of that, he never went to a Brony convention, like, again, from what I hear.
Oh, no, I think that's just a rumor. Also, I did find my profile. I have 9 people following me on Brony Square, but on Pony Square, apparently there is 137 people following that account.
I think Pony Square is more popular because that's the role-playing site. So that's where you want to go if you want to RP.
Yeah,
RP.
That's why I left. Yeah, so are they shutting down both or just Brony Square?
Both of them.
Alright. I mean, they use the same thing. I mean, if they just left, I guess they won't have moderation or anything, but yeah. Oh well. Rip
and pepperoni.
Yeah. Yeah, so, how long have we been going?
I don't know, you're the one recording.
Yeah, 30, we've been going for like 30 minutes. You guys just want to do a shorter one? And go ahead and end it off since everyone
I mean, we can continue on going on about that. But anyway, going on back to what I was talking about with Unicom was, like I said, they chose a bad venue for it. They didn't get the tickets sold in the proper way, or at least in a more efficient way anyway. They relied too much on at-the-door sales. That, and when things started to go bad, when the Riviera started demanding the money from the convention, they didn't have enough to give out. That, in turn, supposedly made the guest of honor agents, you know, like Tara Strong's agent and whoever else, to start panic. They started panicking, and apparently they went through the cash boxes, you know, because they were supposed to get paid for their appearances, you know, on top of the convention paying for, you know, the venue and everything else. The guests of honor are usually paid. Since Unicom couldn't provide that money, the agents supposedly started rummaging through the cash boxes, taking whatever they could, leaving no records as to what was left behind or how much they took. So who knows how much they made off with, you know?
Wait, the agents were taking it from the convention?
That was the rumor, and even today that was never fully confirmed. That was basically some members of the Vegas Bronies group who were on staff for the convention. That's what they reported. You know, they said they reported agents rummaging through the cash boxes and you know, just taking whatever they could. You know, there was no accountability. There was no records left behind of how much they took, where it went to, whom it went to, you know. So like I said, it was little problems that snowballed into one giant clusterfuck.
I mean, that sounds horribly unprofessional that the agents are just rummaging through there, honestly.
I remember.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, you know. And like I said, you know, those were rumors, and even up to this day, I'm not sure, you know, those were not 100% confirmed. That's just what we heard, you know, because after the convention went down, you know, all the people in the Vegas Bronies group, you know, it was kind of split between, you know, who was on staff and who was not. And the ones who were on staff, you know, they reported very little to us, you know, to the public. And, you know, people on the outside started making rumors. You know, they made rumors that, oh, Eddie and Sandy packed up and moved down to Mexico with all the money, which was not true. They were still there.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
You know? Yeah, no, that never actually happened. They are still, well, released for the year of 2013. They were still in Vegas. I'm not sure if they've moved since then or if they're still in that same trailer park as they were before, but, you know, after Unicom, they kind of just went dead. You know, they kind of went off the radar a little bit.
Maybe it's a good thing that this new convention's being run by people who just moved into Vegas like a week ago.
When do they have it set for? What are the dates?
June of next year. More than a year.
Next year.
All right, that's enough time. That's enough time to plan.
Yeah.
But so I was at Babs talking Purple Tinker because I was like buying stuff from her because Purple Tinker is like basically a vendor now. I was talking to her, and then some really big dude with a bunch of like tags and stuff just comes up, and we start talking to him. And he's just like, yeah, I've been to a lot of cons. And then he shows us his Unicom security tag. And then we're just like, oh, shit. We asked him how the convention was. And he was like, I was security, and it was terrible.
I think I met that guy.
Did you meet him?
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
It's actually kind of funny, though, because were it not for the... Okay, so Unicom could have done way differently for me personally had I been on staff. And the reason why I say that is because if you remember all the shenanigans I pulled off at Unicom, all the questions I answered for MLP, for 4chan.
Mondo, please.
Yeah, the whole Mondo, please, all that shit that I did over there. That would not have happened had I been on staff. And had I not done that, Capper would not have noticed me, and I would not be part of Horse News right now.
So your life would be infinitely and objectively better. Also, speaking of cons,
I can attest to
Con
that.
just got shut down.
Which one now?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, say that again?
Pacific Pony Con is shut down. For 2018.
Oh no, I knew about this.
Yeah, it says right here.
For a while.
2018, it's no longer going to be a con.
Yeah, they didn't have enough money, unfortunately.
Oh.
I've never gone to Pacific Pony Con. Well, never gone to PonyCon, but
I just found the tweet just now, and it reads as follows. Hey, every pony, due to reorganizing PPC, we will not be holding an official convention in 2018. Thank you to all who came out to PPC 16 and 17.
My local convention, Grand Brony Gala, are not doing a convention this year, although they're saying they've got one planned next year.
Oh, speaking of which, before Unicon ever happened, a lot of the Vegas bronies were playing around with the idea of a convention in Vegas, but I mean, this is before we actually did anything with that. The name they came up with it was something called Sin City Gala.
Oh god.
Sin City Gala?
Yes, Sin City Gala.
That can
Man,
go back.
imagine saying that 10 times fast.
Right? I mean, that idea was never more than just a crazy idea, but I do remember some of my friends out there coming up with that idea.
It's just ultimately surprising how difficult it is for people to get a good convention going in New Vegas. In Las Vegas. In New Vegas.
New Vegas.
I was thinking, yeah.
In
Las Vegas of all places, the city is meant for the congregations and parties and get-togethers.
It's meant for conventions. I mean,
what's funny is that
exactly
when Unicon happened and the whole thing was, I actually lived over near, like at the base of Black Mountain. No, there was no radiation there though.
Oh, what a shame.
There were no super mutants or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's boring.
Alright, how long have we been going? Alright, I think that's good enough. You guys want to go ahead and call it a night? Any more pressing topics?
I did mention EQLA earlier about that. One thing about EQLA is that I hope this year they don't repeat the same PR mistakes they did 2015, and that was namely treating the press like shit. So essentially, 2015 EQLA, a lot of their members on staff were former members of Everfree Network, if you guys remember them. The Everfree Network, fell apart through many different reasons or so. I'm not sure if a lot of that had to do with us. I'll have to kind of go over that once more. But anyway, they essentially, how most conventions handle press is like so. They will open up the press applications, you apply for press, and then after you get approved for your press pass, you know, they will follow up and ask you, or rather during the application process, depending on which one. But anyway, they'll ask you, whom do you want to interview and when? Or, you know, rather, well, they'll just ask you whom anyway. And you'll let them know. They'll talk with the agents, they'll set up a date and time, and it's up to you then to just go to that interview, take care of business, and it's all done. What EQLA did in 2015 was they told all the press, you need to go talk to the agents yourselves, but we're not going to give you their names. You have to find that out on your own. Now, as for someone who's never spoken with the agents before, no idea how, you know, who the hell to talk to. I mean, it's not like it's really out there, you know. It's not like Tara Strong says, "Oh, hey, this is my manager over here. This is who you need to talk to." No, it doesn't. It's not out in public like that, or at least you have to do a lot of digging for it. And then on top of that, what EQLA did was they told all the press that if you attempt to speak with the agents during the convention to set up an interview, that's grounds for us to take away your badge and kick you out of the convention. Essentially, what they did was they made it impossible for anyone to get any interviews there. Now, there is one group who did. They essentially broke the rules to do it. But they managed to get a interview with Lauren Faust. I'm not sure if they got it with anyone else, but they managed to do that. And when EQLA found out about it, you know, after the convention was over, they were livid. They were fucking pissed about that whole thing. Pretty much, yeah. And at that point, you might as well say, well, what was the point of even having press there in the first place? You know, if you're going to go through all this trouble to have to set aside, you know, spaces for press and give out press badges, you might as well, you know, accommodate them at least, you know, with the interviews. Because I mean, with press, all it really is, you just have, you know, you have the badge, you have access to go do your interviews, and that's pretty much it right there. You know, everything else is not really comped for. You know, so it just seems to me that, you know, they were giving people a hard time for no reason, or just to kind of get back at everyone else, I guess, for the fall of Everfree Network. Essentially, what happened with us personally, with me personally, is that we didn't, you know, myself and a few others did not spend Sunday at the convention because it was just that terrible. We decided to drop $100 each and go down to Disneyland and spend the whole day there, which is what we did. You know, and that was the first time that a con has been so bad that we just walked out on the last day and, you know, did something else completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, it is Disneyland.
Yeah, Disney World's always going to be better than most PonyCons. Though, to be fair, I don't know why you guys wanted to interview those guys anyways. Fuck them. They're boring. All the VAs and show writers are boring.
Let's go.
Well, actually, no. At the time, it was Lauren Faust's first convention since BronyCon 2012. That was the one in Secaucus, New Jersey. So, I mean, at the time, it was a 3-year difference between her last interview last appearance at any Pony convention. It was the first one in a long time. So, I mean, we eventually got the interview later on at BabsCon. Was it 16? I believe it was 16, right, Rendrick?
Sorry, what was that?
We eventually got the interview with Lauren Faust at BabsCon 16, right? Was it 16 or was it?
Yes, it was BabsCon 6. Yes.
Hey, completely off topic. Who here eats at Buffalo Wild Wings? This isn't sponsored. Anyway,
this isn't sponsored.
Anyone here?
This totally isn't sponsored, guys.
I ate there once.
What do they have on the menu? Do they have burgers? Or is it just...
If they have burgers, I'm down for burgers, because
I
burgers
just remember
burgers,
wings.
but why would you go to a wings place to get burgers?
Yeah.
Okay, well, because my friend wants to go, and, like, he works, he's a normie
Wait.
job.
You have friends?
I have a total of...
Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? You have friends?
I have 3 friends, and only, like, 2 of them are local, and the other one's in Japan right now. And the other one will probably be over there soon, on the Okinawa base. So...
Oh, you're friends with a fucking weeb? Ew.
No, they get shipped off there. That's the base. Containing the
Smoke
riots.
animegirl.png.
No, the one friend is a... my friend Nick is a weeaboo, though, as well.
So 2 weebs.
So they're both servicemen and weeb. So he's actually obsessed with Miku. I showed him one anime. I did it once. I gave him just one anime, and we watched it at a party together. And ever since then, he just got hooked on Miku and Crunchyroll and stuff. And then he just constantly watches anime now. So I kind of turned him into a weeb.
Good job.
It's my fault, I guess.
I think
you killed. That's basically killing a man, Faith.
And then I turned my other friend into a brony. So yeah.
I think that's worse than killing a man.
I used to have a friend that tried to make me, big fan of Vocaloid, but I didn't really get into it. He did later, however, masturbate in class several times.
Yeah, I remember you.
What the fuck? Oh yeah, you did. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason why I have not gone into a weeb is because I kind of already passed. I experimented with that phase back in like 2008 or so, and I kind of passed that whole thing, so I'm kind of immune to jumping into that again. But it was more one of my friends trying to get me into Japanese music, like what was it called, Visual Kai or Visual K, whatever the fuck it was called. Yeah, he got me into that shit. So he got me listening to bands like fucking Duran Gray and shit like that. If you actually look up some of their
I'm more of a...
It's really some really fucking...
You showed me a link of that.
Did he just cut out?
I'm more of a jam project kind of guy myself.
I don't know the group names, but like obviously I like anime. I watch it.
Jam Project, their most famous thing is the One Punch Man intro.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, I've known about them for like fucking years because they.
Oh, hey, if you want to see something though, look up go to YouTube, type in Duran Grey, that's spelled DIRENGREY, and then look for the name Obscure or Obscure or what was it called? Saku.
That's great. Oh yeah, other than that.
He's cutting out.
The whole thing is just fucking the weirdest shock shit, and it's surprising that it's on YouTube of all places, because they're usually quick to shut that kind of thing down. But yeah, that was the kind of thing that I kind of got into a little bit around 2008, and then when I got into the military, I kind of just dropped all that shit. I was like, yeah, I'm done.
You got rid of your anime fever, your weeb, your Asian
the military
fever,
kicked it.
See, it only hyped everyone that I know. It only increased it, especially when they actually went to Japan. So it's
it like finding God in prison or some shit?
Here's the thing.
Your waifu in the military.
See, here's the thing. Had I been stationed in Japan, things may have been different, But it's really comes to the point of the whole what ifs. Instead, they sent me to out in the middle of nowhere in Colorado, a little town called Aurora. And that's where I used to be at.
Okay, that explains
there was
a lot.
essentially fucking nothing there. There was nothing there. So I kind of just grew different interests, and then
I mean, I hear they have a great movie theater.
Yeah, man.
yeah.
I also hear that movie theater has a great shooting range.
There was one time where I actually did a part of my job, or rather, they had me volunteer for, or voluntold, as the term goes. I got voluntold to do security forces augmentee, and it was on a day that supposedly President Obama came through, and it happened to be on the snowiest, windiest day ever. So I'm standing out there in fucking full cold weather gear, M16 in my hand, while there's like, I don't know, 60, 70 police cars, all with their lights on, just going down the road. And this one staff sergeant next to me, he's standing there with just his uniform. He only has his regular, normal ABU uniform on. And, I mean, no cold weather gear. And I'm just like, sir, aren't you cold? Nah, man, I'm good. I'm not worried about this shit. Like, okay, all right. Everyone else was all bundled up, you know, because, I mean, like I said, the snow and the wind was coming down thick out there. It was ridiculous. But this dude was just standing there like it was like a normal summer day or something.
Is he the one asshole who always comes out during the
He's
rain?
a staff sergeant, so yes.
Like, I mean, is he like that one asshole that you see sometimes with the fucking, like, just wearing nothing but, like, cargo shorts and, like,
in the snow? Yes, I've seen those kids. Yeah, the Vico. I see those kids. Guy. I would see those kids at school, and I'd just be like, "Why?" Then again, I would also be that person because I would walk to the gym in shorts because I didn't feel like changing in the middle of the winter. So, but I would see them getting off the bus and walking to school and stuff, and they just have shorts, and I'd just be like, "Why?"
Okay, I didn't see too many of them in the Air Force, but to my understanding, though, that's more of a Marine Corps thing. Or rather, your chances of seeing something like that are a lot higher when you're in the Marine Corps. You know, it was actually funny because once I got out of the military, this was around November 2010 or so. A few months later was when I actually discovered Pony. So at that point, everything just started spiraling down.
Downward spiral.
All right, guys. I think that's gonna do it for us. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
We're still live?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're not. But no. Well, I mean, I'm doing the outro. You know, thank you for joining us. You know,
be sure to smash that motherfucking like button.
Yeah, do it, fam.
Smash that motherfucking like button,
and we'll
fam.
try to
smash that shit. Smash that shit.
They won't let me die.
We'll try to actually show.
Won't let me die.
We'll try to show up actually next time. But yeah. Anyways, guys, I've been Faith. Corp came in. You know, we had Theo. Renrick came in. Rhetoric as well from Horse News. And it's been good, guys. We'll see you next time.
They won't let me die.